Hey, playa, if you find yourself caring too much about what people think about you, don't worry. Today we're going to break the cycle and I'm going to teach you a few tips on how to stop worrying so much about what other people think so you can focus on yourself, focus on your own growth, and you can move forward. For those of you that are new here, my name is Josh and every single week I make videos sharing tips, ideas, and stories teaching you how to be your best self. So if you want to learn and grow, hit the subscribe button and make sure to click on the notification bell. I think the big question here is why? Why do we care so much about what other people think? Why are we so concerned with how other people are perceiving us? Well, oddly enough, I think caring about what other people think is a normal thing to do. You might even hear other people say, screw everyone else. What they think doesn't matter at all. Do whatever you want to do. But as humans, we're social creatures. So having social relationships and communication with other people is something that's baked into our DNA. Caring about what other people think and say actually is what helps us survive. If you only lived your life based on the limited knowledge that you actually have, you wouldn't really get that far. You wouldn't know how to do most things, or you do them incorrectly over and over because you're not seeking any outside guidance. So let's dispel this idea that you should never listen to anyone else. In fact, the happiest people in this world are the ones who can form deep connections with each other, and you only get to form those deep connections if you're willing to hear people out. But it's when you're hearing people out and worrying too much about what they say, when anxiety and insecurity is driving your path forward, that's where the problem arises. Sometimes we worry too much about fitting in or being accepted by others to the point where anxiety and insecurity tend to drive our decisions. We're afraid to make any move because if we make the wrong move, people won't like us. So what do? How do you beat that thought process that's holding you back from making decisions because you're too afraid about what people will think about you? Well, I think the path going forward is to focus on treating others with kindness and consideration. Hear me out on this. I think that by being kind to other people, you then have a deeper sense of what kindness actually looks like. So when it comes to being kind to yourself, when it comes to understanding and recognizing kindness from other people, you have a better sense of what that actually is. So what does that look like? Well, I think it means reevaluating your own thoughts and perceptions of other people first, to not judge others based on things that you don't know, and to recognize that everyone is trying their best with the limited knowledge that they do have. Ultimately, that means accepting people as they are, to recognize that they're a person with thoughts and feelings and their own experiences. The sooner you could start to recognize that about other people, the easier it's going to be for you to recognize it for yourself. Because if you're constantly worried about being judged or just put under the microscope by everyone else, it might just mean that you don't really accept yourself for who you are. You're not okay with the things that you like or the things that you do or say. And I think that's really the first step you need to start working on, accepting yourself, because that's going to help you carry forward. And yes, there is this expectation that everyone else is also working towards being kind and considerate and just looking to play nice with each other, but that's simply not true. There are so many people in this world that have never had that type of guidance, that have never seen an actual demonstration of kindness and respect towards other people. Instead, they've always been surrounded with jealousy and judgment and critiquing all their life. So what else are they going to do other than what they already know? And for you, a person that's trying not to get bogged down too much about what other people think, man, they can make your life hard. They will critique you a lot. They will judge you. They will just attack you all the time. And they really put a lot of pressure on you and test your ability. But here's what you have to do. Stop carrying their inexperience. Just because this person hasn't learned how to live in a way that's non-judgmental towards others doesn't mean you have to stoop down to their level. When they do attack you, when they do try to tear you down and bring you down to the horrible, miserable place that they are in, you have to remember that they're a person who's suffering. They don't have the equipped knowledge yet, and you do. You're the person who's actively working on learning that, actively working on not worrying about what other people think because you recognize that they're in their own state of learning and they're at their own stage. When a person is constantly attacking you and trying to tear you down, remember, that's a reflection of where they are, not a reflection of where you are. But we have to be honest here. Just because someone is critiquing you or telling you you did something wrong doesn't mean that they are always in the wrong and you are always in the right. It's important to reflect on our own behaviors and actions and to truly ask ourselves, is this person coming from a genuine place of care or are they coming from a place of hurt? If it's hurt, you know what to do. Recognize that this person is in a state of suffering, where they're carrying wrong perceptions and they want to tear you down so they can feel better about themselves. Be a demonstration of what kindness and compassion looks like. That's the best way to teach them good behaviors. But if it's a genuine critique, you need to be able to drop your ego. You're not always going to have the right answer. Sometimes other people might be coming in with outside perspectives. They may see things that you may not always see, so it's important to hear them out. But what about that shameful, depressing feeling you get when you know you've done something wrong? Someone calls you out on it and you just feel bad because maybe it wasn't something you wanted to and you got pulled into in the moment, or you know you shouldn't have done it and now you got caught. Well, I think it's important to tie those feelings to something that you can eventually let go of. Instead of constantly beating yourself up about something that you did, tie it to an active action. That might be something like exercising or cooking or just going to sleep or meditating. Something that you can kind of just focus on doing, dive right into and tell yourself, okay, I'm going to really be mindful during this specific activity. And when I finish, I'm going to take a deep breath and I'm going to let it go. I made a video explaining a story about how I did that exact same thing. I'll link it up over here. Short story is that I messed something up. My friends were pretty upset with me. So instead of beating myself up, I found a way to release that frustration, to release that hurt, and to kind of walk away feeling okay with myself at the end of the day. Check out the video over here. Because the most important thing is for you to carry forward being a genuine person. Other people may have opinions and thoughts about things, and it's important to hear them out, to recognize and weed out the people that are just trying to tear you down. Remember, you want to work towards being your best self. That's why you're watching this video. That's why you watch any video on improving yourself, so you can learn the skills to kind of not get so easily affected and hurt by what others say and do, and to carry forward in a way so you can be somebody great. Now, if you're itching for more videos on building your confidence and believing in yourself, check out the playlist I have over here with my best videos on that topic. Also, chapter 6 of my book is all about building confidence. This is my book, Embracing the Awkward. I'm going to link it over here so you can check it out. I think this book will help you work towards being your best self. And if you want to build your confidence as a step in doing that, this is the book you need to read. On that note, guys, I'll catch you next time. As always, love and peace.